I was a moderator of the first panel in the IT segment that talked about successes in IT. We had three panelists who gave their stories, how they got started, what were the things that they did first, and then I asked them a special question. They were all women. I asked them what challenges they face as women in starting their business. Well, I think that it enlightened people about what they're getting into. Many of these folks are business owners already, and so they had a lot of notions about what's going on, but these are real live success stories that they were able to latch onto. In fact, one of our presenters this morning was Susan Elliott, who has a book signing here this afternoon. We do have a lot of business support organizations here. The problem that we have is not everyone in St. Louis are familiar with who those business support organizations are. So it's a challenge for us to come together, get out of our silos, and really communicate to others in the community who we are, what we do, and how we can support entrepreneurs. Well, I think it's pretty typical of the entrepreneur industry across the country. However, it's exacerbated here in St. Louis, and that is access to capital, both venture capital and capital from banks for running, starting, and operating a business. That's one of the key things that people have. If you can't have venture capital to support the business, you can't be successful. The other thing is the lack of access to opportunity, particularly in the minority and women business area, where they may have a notion that they can work with a large corporation, a large organization, but they may not have the capacity. There are other areas that they can work in, and again, it should be up to universities, and maybe not so much universities, but at least the small business support organizations to guide them and lead them to where those opportunities might be. That's the disconnects that we have. Well, I think they'll walk away with the idea that there is hope in opportunity. I understand that there's going to be a follow-up session with the School of Engineering here in September. That'll give more of an opportunity because some of us did serve in a special workshop to discuss what that particular activity would look like, who would it involve, and what its objectives would be. And so one of the things that I think persons who walking out of here today will take away is, first of all, the knowledge that they learned today, but more importantly, what may come forward later on. I have been blessed in a number of different ways, and I thought that my whole reason for starting the Center for the Acceleration of African American Business was to give back to the community. I started with Ameren 26 years ago, well, not 26 years ago, but I worked there for 26 years, and I saw the plight that minority businesses had in trying to do business with these large organizations and large corporations, and so I wanted to show them how they could do a better job of doing that. In fact, my job with the company the last 6 years was to be the company's minority business developer, who actually brought companies in, enlightened them on what they needed to do to work with Union Electric, now Ameren, and then help them be successful in that way. And so mine is only to give back. I also ran the St. Louis Minority Business Council for 5 years, and so there's, again, a passion and an expertise leads to dedication, I guess.